Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and here is part 2 of, what do you even call it, a podcast? I don't even know, that I had with Flame Truth. We just kind of sat down together and we chatted for about 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. The first half is over on his channel. I'll put a link to it down there in the description, and here's the second half. So I hope you guys all enjoy. It makes for some great background noise while you're driving, working, gaming, whatever it is you guys are doing, so I hope you guys all enjoy. And without further ado, let's get back into the video.
There's no cohesive. So here's an example, okay? I mean, I'm one guy, right? I'm one guy in the middle of bump nowhere. And I'm thinking of this off the top of my head. All right, Call of Duty game set in the fucking 90s, great crossover, would print money, everyone's happy. Fucking Doom.
Yeah,
Doom.
They had a Doom shotgun. What year was that? It wasn't even that year, right? It wasn't Black Ops 6. It was before.
I think it was in NW3, yeah, and it was like just the shotgun.
Yeah.
Why not do like a whole event around Doom? Have like a Doom-inspired map. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Considering Doom and Quake and all that helped inspire Call of Duty in the first place, it would have been really neat.
You could have done a Quake thing. You could have done a Quake thing. You could have done what's something else 90s that would have fit off the top of my head. You could have done Die Hard then.
Yeah,
like that
would have made a bit more sense.
Yeah. 90s things that have guns or are military based, unless it's Halloween, I think would work. On Halloween, you could be a bit more, you could put in Michael Myers or, Ghostface or whatever. I think that's fine because it's Halloween. It's towards the end of the game's life cycle. You can be a bit goofy then and it's fine. But I don't know. When was the Doom shotgun? Because if it was, I don't think it was Black Ops 6.
Hear me. Oh, this is set in the 90s. Hear me out, brother.
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan, Thunder in Paradise crossover.
You know what? Honestly, no. 90s crossover. Do fucking get like Stone Cold and NWO Hogan and like. Get anybody from the fucking 90s, get the Rock, get the Dudleys.
I want the whole NWO faction, New World Order. As soon as you boot the game,
I mean, it would be a bit silly, but like at least it's fucking 90s, and it's not Seth Rogen in a leisure suit or whatever the fuck they had him in. So the Doom shotgun was in Modern Warfare 2.
God.
What the fuck? And it was just like a tracer pack.
That was a lifetime ago.
Yeah, and that was a game trying to be more grounded and realistic. So, you know what? I don't know, man. You can do fun stuff and kind of arcadey stuff as long as it fits the fucking universe. American Dad and Beavis and Butthead and Seth Rogen and Bluntman and Chronic, I think, is pushing it too far.
You know what's funny?
All I'm saying
is I'm sure we're forgetting a bunch of them right now too.
We are.
We're missing a bunch. But this really smart, handsome guy on YouTube said that COD's trying to become Fortnite's creepy uncle, and that's exactly what they did throughout the entirety of last year. It was embarrassing, and they've done a bit of a better job this year. I mean, the craziest thing, unless I'm forgetting, I mean, Fallout. What else is there? I think that's like almost it. Like they've done a decent job with Black Ops 7, not going too crazy with it so far. There's no cartoon characters, no whatever. But the whole carry forward thing, I mean, they basically just lied through their teeth about that because they've added in like all the equipment, all the field upgrades, all the score streaks, half the maps at this point from Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7 now. And it's like, so why did you sell a new game if you're just going to add all the old shit in instead of like adding new things into the game? I don't think they know what they want to do anymore.
The Fallout thing, I think it's fine if it kind of fits. Like, I'll accept it.
I'm biased. I love it.
It's gun. It's a game with guns.
Yeah.
So or a show with guns. So fine, fucking put it in there. It works. What was I gonna say? Fucking God, what was that? It was some crossover. It's off the tip of my tongue now.
Which year? That's why. That's why I need to stop interrupting so much. I'm getting up your train of thought here. I'd be a terrible podcast.
No. That's just an ADHD trait. It's totally fine. I would have forgot either way. But it was God, I can't remember what it was. Either way, the point is, they have to have a concrete identity. They have to, even like going from a game like set in the 80s to a modern game, there's still something that fits and something that doesn't. You know what I mean? So
You
they
have to pick and choose.
figure out a way. Yeah, they have to figure out a way to fucking do it. In the fucking Cold War, like around launch, they had like an anime bundle. I remember, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know, but yeah.
Well, Ghost of Hope, back then, and he talked about it now, they monetized weapon balance as well, even dating back to a game like Cold War. The 74U in Cold War, throughout the entirety of the game's life cycle, was one of, if not the best gun in the game. It was everywhere. And they released, I forget, I might be exaggerating, 35 to 40 different blueprints just for that gun. And you talked about the anime bundle.
Yeah.
That's what jogged the memory. The anime bundle was for the 74U. And it was like right after the launch of the game. So they knew going in that they were going to monetize around the 74U. Therefore, it had to be one of the better guns in the game. And therefore, it had to never really catch any nerfs that was going to ever take it out of the meta or keep it out of people's hands, because they wanted people to keep buying those bundles because, oh, we got this really good gun. We're going to release 40 blueprints for it. So everyone's got a different colored one. And then there you go. And whereas other guns that maybe suffered the entire year, they just left them to die because, who cares? We're monetizing around the good guns in the game.
Yep. Nope. He basically confirmed that, yeah, they don't nerf a gun until they're done with the bundles for it. So what the fuck? And I don't know about you. Maybe it's just me, but like, I'm so sick of just bundles and the store and all that shit, no matter the game now. Like, I'm just so fucking tired of it. And I don't, unless I can get it for free by playing the game, I don't care, That's just my stance on it. Like,
I've always been that way.
I bought a couple skins in Battlefield 6. One was like a U.S. Army themed one, I think it was. Like, again, it fits, and it wasn't that expensive. It was like $11 or something. So I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. But I will be. You wouldn't catch me ever buying a Call of Duty skin for $30. I just would never fucking do it. I don't care what it is. I'm just not going to do it. It's the principle of the thing. It's not like I can't afford it. I could take it off my taxes if I want, but I don't want to fucking do that. It defeats the whole purpose of gaming, because, like, imagine you played Zelda, right?
No. That sucks, doesn't it? I feel like I lost credibility with so many people. No, I didn't grow up with Nintendo, believe it or not. The only Nintendo thing I had was a Game Boy and Pokemon. I was a Sega kid, so I had Sonic stuff growing up.
Okay, well, you played Pokemon though, right?
Yep.
So yeah. So imagine in Pokemon you could just like buy the badges, you don't have to beat or you could buy the Pokemon you want to catch. And that's the issue with modern gaming, and I hate it so much, is that I want to play the game, put my time in or skill in, and earn something. I brought up Zelda because it would be like in Zelda. I mean, I'm sure you know how the game plays.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You go to a dungeon, you beat the dungeon, you get the item. The item helps you in the game. You go to the next dungeon, rinse and repeat. It'd be like if I got to the dungeon, I couldn't beat it, and then I could just buy the item I need to beat the dungeon or something. It's just, I hate this whole spend money to skip the whole fucking point of the game in the first place. I want to earn my stuff in the game. I don't know why that's controversial or why that's not made more of a big deal out of, but yeah.
It'd be like trying to, I don't know, would you like to buy 5 levels for all your Pokemon because Misty Starmie's pretty powerful? Or, Whitney's Miltank, well, how about we nerf her down by 5 levels for $5? And then you can go past it.
And I say this because you talked about the Battlefield 6 gun leveling being so fucking slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's that way to force you. It's like forced retention.
Mm.
I mean, they know that it's too slow. They haven't addressed it really. The battle pass is insanely slow. Call of Duty's battle pass has gotten slower every fucking year.
Yeah.
And again, this isn't stuff that's just like, you still have to pay for it, but that's another thing. I hate battle passes.
You're buying to grind. Yeah. You're paying for the privilege of putting in like 200 hours to complete the thing.
And it's like that whole sunk cost fallacy thing where it's like, I mean, I don't know about you, but if I buy a battle pass, I want to complete it no matter fucking what. Like, I don't even play DBD anymore.
Mm.
And I think that DBD is, I mean, they get a ton of shit for just having a buggy as fuck game and releasing stuff in the store constantly. But at the very least, if you just play the game, you can earn currency to buy stuff in the store, which I think is a good middle ground, kind of like Hearthstone, I guess. You earn gold in that game. You buy card packs just from playing.
Yeah.
And then if you want to spend real money, you can. That'll speed things up. But like, I actually booted that game back up because I was just wanting to play with a friend and I was bored. And there was nothing else to play. I'm bored of Battlefield. Don't want to play COD. So I booted that game up and I noticed that like I had bought the battle pass from like 3 months ago, but they haven't had an update in that long or whatever. They were making sure the game was in a good state before the Stranger Things drop happened, because if the game was shit and buggy, it would have been a disaster. So that battle pass was like going on for 3 months, and I log in and I'm like, you know what? I really need to finish this because I paid for it. So
we're old school that way.
I'm like, I finish it, I played enough to finish it, and then I shut the game off, and I haven't been back on since.
The Battlefield Battle Pass is bothering me. I bought the Battle Pass, and what am I? So you have like the first 4 sectors, and I think there's like 2 extra sectors after that. I'm on the 4th sector, and I know they extended the season because they just don't know how to run a game anymore. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, God, I bought the Battle Pass. The rewards are going to go away. What if the game rebounds and I'm going to miss this awesome looking jet skin? I need to finish it. And then I sign in and I do some challenges. And I'm like, I don't even really want these things, but I feel like I need to get them. And that's why they work, man. That's why Battle Passes work. That's why they've been around forever. It's FOMO. Gaming is FOMO now, pretty much.
Yeah. And it's like you said with the, booting it back up or whatever. So the DBD Battle Pass, it stayed. I mean, I could be wrong here, but I think it stayed around the same speed, and it's a pretty consistent like way to get stuff. So I did that one, but the thought of even logging on to Battlefield 6 to do that Battle Pass is exhausting, because at a certain point, it just like it capped my speed. It felt like. So I think I got to the 4th sector back in at the start of December, and then it just slowed to a fucking crawl. I mean, I'm talking like it would take several matches just to get one, like one slot, like basically one level up, essentially, like one item.
Yeah.
And those matches are long in Battlefield. So like just the thought of doing, I don't even want to do it. It's too fucking slow.
Well, you have to go out of your way to do challenges to do it. It's a tier.
Yeah.
There's like 10 little dots you got to fill up. And this challenge gives you 3 dots. This challenge gives you 5 dots. And it's like, well, so I have to go take a DMR into team deathmatch and go for headshots while playing as a support. And so you're going out of your way to do it. And it is nice you can like actively work towards it. But if you're not doing that, you're not finishing the pass. You're getting like, you're getting one little tick every match.
They came out with that. They came out with some like limited time mode where it's like you have to. What even fucking was it? I didn't play it. It was like you have to like destroy loot crates or boxes or something like that.
I didn't play
like that limited time. Yeah, I didn't play it because it was like tied to a bunch of challenges, and I'm like, I don't want to play. Like when I log on the Battlefield, I want to play Conquest or I want to play Rush. You know what I mean? I don't really want to play anything else. Maybe occasionally I want to play like their domination mode or something if I have to level up guns only or whatever, and I want to do like vehicles. But no, like 99% of the time, give me Conquest, give me Rush. I don't want to play, or Breakthrough, I guess could count.
That's Battlefield. When I think of Battlefield, I think of that.
Yeah.
I want vehicles. I want to be an engineer. I want shit blowing up all around me. I don't want to play a worse version of COD, which is why I think like their team deathmatch is like there's no perks, there's no kill streaks, there's no dead silence. There's it just feels like a worse version of COD if you're playing like TDM and Dom. It is good for leveling up your guns, but that can't be the whole game. That's the most bare bones nonsense compared to actual Battlefield, which is Conquest on this giant ass map with like 40 people on a team, and like that's Battlefield, man. And I think they lost that.
What's fucked up is like I feel like they're spreading themselves too thin by having all these different game modes, and people just want essentially like 5, maybe like they might want the one life. I think there's a one life mode, right?
Yeah,
in there now.
Yep.
Yeah, those people want the one life mode, and then like Conquest, Rush, Breakthrough, and then maybe do like domination or something. And that's like all you need. And then use Portal, the people that play Portal, if they're not getting cease and desisted from Activision for their property, have those people make game modes for you and make content for you and feature the best stuff like Halo 3 did back in the day with Griffball, for example.
Loved Griffball.
Yeah, these people are working for free, like for you.
There was a NASCAR mode where you're like racing the Humvees or whatever they were called, like down this thing, and there's a bunch of things flying at you, and you have to try to avoid them. Like they came up with some crazy shit in like the Forge and all that stuff back in the Halo days. Do people even play Portal? I know there's been like a lack of support or something, but I don't know anyone that plays Portal besides maybe those training modes where you can like fly around in a helicopter and learn to fly without worrying about someone killing you.
Well, the momentum was like pretty stifled when it came out because everyone was just doing the bot farms for Portal. And that was because the weapon leveling was so fucking slow. And that was before they improved it to what it is now, but it's still too slow. So
well, then they put the bots in the multiplayer. The bots in the multiplayer.
Yeah, then they put the bots in the multiplayer. And then they had then they started cracking down on the servers, but still the server UI or the way that you find experiences in Portal, the UI is so bad it's hard to find anything. So unless something's featured, you don't really easily see it. And they're not really, the last I checked, they weren't really featuring a lot of stuff from it. Like occasionally they'd feature like the hardcore modes or whatever, which I have no interest in. Like I
was going to say the only one I've seen featured is hardcore. That's it. That's the only
and I'm
thing.
like, you have people making stuff. Somebody took like, I think the RedSec map and made individual conquest, maps because that map is so fucking huge.
And they were good, I guess, right?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
But they didn't feature them. Feature them and then like give bonus fucking XP or something if you play them. Like that should be your limited time events, not like being Call of Duty Junior and making these game modes that nobody fucking cares about. I don't want to collect Archies in Battlefield. So it's just I don't think I think every one of the suits that runs both Activision and EA for Call of Duty and Battlefield, it's just all data-driven shit. It's not like what is going to be the most fun, what will keep people playing organically. They go by data and data alone, and the data showing right now, both fucking companies should see that people are leaving to go play Arc Raiders or some fucking indie game, or I got like gifted, I think, in an email this like shipping game, and I want to play that. I want to ship shit. I think it's just called
like you're running a logistics, like you're running a factory or something, and you're like, all right, this needs to get to Ohio ASAP, and like that kind of shipping, or like a boat kind of shipping.
Yeah. like an eBay shipping kind of deal.
Have you seen like Supermarket Simulator or what was that card shop TCG Simulator or whatever it was called? That was actually fun, but the majority of the game I'm like, okay, well, we sold out of all these cards here, so I'm gonna order them. Then you have to manually place them on the shelf, and then you open up for business and you're literally running a cash register. And that's like that's like the majority of the game, and it's fun for some reason.
Yeah. It's those games are more fun than modern day gigantic like IPs like Battlefield, Halo, Borderlands, Call of Duty. Yeah, this game's called Ship Inc. And I got it for free. It was just like some promotional thing. Somebody emailed me, the makers of the game emailed me and was like, hey, you want a free copy? Here you go. And I'm looking at the game. I haven't played it yet, but all the reviews are very positive reviews. And this has got to be like a team of probably a dozen people, if that. Yeah. Same thing with I'm not sure if you played Lethal Company or what was that game? Peak. Lethal Company was made Peak, by Lethal Company was made by like one guy, I'm pretty sure, and Peak was made by like a dozen people. And I'm like, how have we gone to from 100 or so devs for Call of Duty making some of the best Call of Duty games ever to 9,000 devs, although I think like half of them probably got laid off for AI, and they're releasing such fucking garbage. I just don't get it. I do not understand it.
So it ties into football, believe it or not. So I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Sadly,
Okay.
I live in Pennsylvania. All my family growing up are Steelers fans. I'm like, go Browns. Used to be, different. And turns out that was a horrible decision. They one of the worst franchises ever. They've made the playoffs 3 times in my lifetime. Generational poverty is what this franchise is. We learned this offseason because so many coaches got fired this year and coordinators and everything. It came out that the Cleveland Browns are apparently a very data-driven organization. And what that means is they're trying to play Moneyball out there, thinking they're somehow going to find the exact right people and this, that, and the other. And everyone that was trying to run for head coach for them or interview with them, they had them writing essays like why I want to be the Browns head coach and all this stuff. And when I hear this and I see the same thing with Call of Duty and games in general, where it's all so data driven now, I'm like, this is why the Browns fucking suck. If you're just going off data like that alone, it's not going to end up working out. What made Call of Duty 4 and all those other games so great back in the day was Vince Zampella, RIP, and Jason West, just huge nerds, basically, that just love shooter games. They made Medal of Honor and all that. They founded Infinity Ward, and you know what? Medal of Honor, EA kind of screwed us. Well, we're going to fucking kill Medal of Honor. We're going to make the coolest shooter game ever, and that's what Call of Duty 4 was. There was so much passion and care. Alexander Reuschwitz, the map maker, he would put his carpenter's mark on the maps in COD 4. You could find his name written on the maps and everything, out of bounds and everything. That's how much these guys cared about what they did. Every gun, every reload animation, every map, every spawn. They messed up with some things like Frag Times 3, but they did such a good job with it. There was so much care and passion that went into it. And now I don't feel like there's soul. And that's something I talk about a lot. There's not a lot of soul in the current COD.
No, it could be made by a program and I would never know the difference. The only reason I know I'm playing an Infinity Ward game is because the maps have tons of safe spaces and they're way too fucking big and there's doors everywhere. You know what I mean? Otherwise it's completely vapid of human. I don't even know how to describe it. It just feels like the back rooms or a liminal space type photo or something.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's just completely empty. And I was thinking, you saying all that and saying all the old devs, I was thinking what would have been the last couple of games that I have really liked playing, and the whole just nerds, making the fucking nerds that are passionate about what they're doing and they like what they're doing. The last single player game I played and I really liked was Elden Ring. Elden Ring has the same devs that they did when they made Dark Souls 1. The same amount of devs as well. It's the same fucking people. It's just, you know what I mean?
They didn't have to expand or merge or do anything like that. They just look, we're a good team. We work well together. We made a really good game.
This is what we
let's make more.
We do. This is what we do. This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna like it, and that's fucking how it is. X Defiant, Mark Rubin. I think he was in charge of getting his team, getting the team together and all that. And I was thinking in my head, I think you might have mentioned this in a video, but those maps, and I had some of the map makers actually come to my channel when I was posting my last video about X Defiant when it was shutting down. Some of the map makers came to my channel and talked about making the maps, the process of it, in my comment section.
Yep.
And for my money, I mean, those maps in X Defiant are, from a gameplay perspective, some of the best maps I have ever played on 6v6. Straight up.
It happened to me while live streaming as well. The devs came in, Aches, and I wish I could remember his name. It was named, you wouldn't recognize the name. He was one of the map makers, and he was talking about remember how they threw the maps that were already done into the game, or they weren't released yet, but they just threw them in. He talked through the whole process of making that map and changes that they made. He's this parking lot here initially wasn't here, but we thought that we needed to have an extra area over here to get towards the C flag. Otherwise it'd be too much a hallway or whatever, too narrow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is cool. When's the last time a Call of Duty dev would do something like that? But sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
No. That's actually a great segue, because I was thinking of Rockefeller. That map is the best. I will go to my grave and I will stand by this. That map is the best small 6v6 map ever made. Straight up.
Yep.
Because they took the idea of a map like Shipments or whatever in the center, but they made it an actual, because Shipment was meant to be like a 1v1 map, but still enough thought was put into Shipment to angle the containers for spawn points. I wish someone would have, fucking relayed that to the Infinity Ward team for MW 2019. Make the fucking maps, slanted so there's spawn points. You can't just see people spawning. But I digress. But no, that map was so good because that you had that really, chaotic center.
Oh yeah.
And then you had the outskirts, and the map, while small, was like deceptively big because of the outskirts portion.
Yeah,
it was just. Imagine if you made Shipment, but you added like an outskirts section like that.
But
it would be way better.
Well, they tried that in Ghost, though, if you recall, but they ruined it by making it a game show. Do you remember that?
I didn't play Ghosts.
Oh, I envy you. It was called Showtime or something like that. So you had Shipment in the middle, except the containers would open and like release gas into the map and kill everybody, or they'd release sentry guns into the map and kill everybody.
Well, that just sounds stupid.
And then the doors would open to like this outside area, but it wasn't like, we're talking elevation outdoor areas, like above Shipment, like looking down into it and stuff. It was dumb. It was dumb. But no, Rockefeller was one of the best small maps you could have. I'll tell you what, the running the B flag as the cleaners and dropping the firebomb was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I used to go and do it just to set the whole thing on fire so they couldn't easily, because that B flag was so fucking chaotic. And so that was just like the most fun. I don't know, domination on that map in particular. And Jesus Christ. Just the maps in general, though, Noodleplex, fantastic. And I remember what I was going to say now. Going back, if you've watched any of my MW3 gameplays or whatever, where I get like a Moab, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, so we talk about like brain rot maps. People want stakeout. People want this like super fast instant gratification. I think in my last MW3 video, I get a Moab on a full size map. I think it was Resistance on a full size map. Pretty big map. Yeah. I get a Moab in like 7 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Like, how fast do people want? I have a video up on the channel of getting a Moab in about 3 minutes on Arcaden in that game. And I'm like, how fucking fast do you want the game? Like, these old school maps were the perfect size. Like a map like, for example, Bog in COD 4.
Yeah.
That would be considered a small map back in the day. So it's
was very open as well. Yeah.
Very open, very action packed, but big enough for you to breathe and like think.
You could snipe on that map and actually feel like you're sniping.
You could snipe.
Yeah.
You could like that's the beauty of even a map like Wetwork, which was considered a bad map. It needed like kind of like an underground kind of hijack thing. Even a map like that, you had the close quarters kind of mid-range, close range stuff on the bottom, and then you could still snipe. You could go up the little walkways or the hubs at both ends and snipe. Or you could, like, Overgrown is a good example. You could snipe, and you could primarily snipe on that map, or you could be like a stealth build type player and like flank and stuff like that. You could do mid-range. All these maps could accommodate all sorts of different play styles and still fit. And it's just like, how do you do that on Stakeout or that godforsaken bullet train map or whatever?
Hallway,
like,
you mean? They took the hallway memes and made it a map. You look at the mini map overlay and like, dude, this is a hallway that they're playing in now.
And honestly, I like Nuketown. I think Nuketown is a good map. But I am so fucking sick of it. I am so sick of it. I'm just tired of it.
Yeah,
they did Shipment as well.
They did the Fallout version of Nuketown, Vault Town, and again, I love Fallout, the games, the show, all of it. I didn't even play a single multiplayer match on that map. I'm like, I mean, it's Nuketown. I went in the private match. I looked for Easter eggs and references because I love Fallout. But I'm like, I don't care to actually play. I said in my video, I'm like, dude, maps been out like 15 years, 16 years, whatever it's been now. I'm over it. Make
a legitimately new like Fallout map. A good, legitimately new Fallout map.
Oh my god, based off of Diamond City from Fallout 4 or Megaton from Fallout 3. That'd be cool as shit. Oh.
You could do I mean, hell, you could do like just fucking New Vegas and stuff. You can do anything. I mean, they have so much stuff to pull from.
Do the strip.
They could do.
It ties into the show. It could be perfect.
All sorts of shit they could do. But no, let's just reskin fucking Nuketown. And in your video in particular, I'm glad you brought that up. In your video in particular, I'm going like you're going through it and showing all the Easter eggs, all the Fallout stuff, but absolutely nothing you showed is interactive. Nothing changes the gameplay. You know what I mean? Nothing is it's all just visual. It's like I'm at a fucking museum. You know what I mean? It's not like it doesn't affect the fucking gameplay. I mean, that's what I don't understand. And I remember like Modern Warfare 3, for example. You know, they came out with like, what was it, 8 different fucking shipments or whatever?
Yeah, by the end there, it was like neon shipment, retro shipment, snowy shipment,
lava shipment.
shipment.
And I'm like, this is okay, but it doesn't change it. Like, it doesn't change anything. I appreciate you trying, Sledgehammer. The art team's good. You know what I mean? Like, the art
they know
team's
their
really
audience.
Good there.
They know everyone's just playing shipment 24/7. So they're like, well, how about we give you like 10 different color palettes on it to keep it interesting?
And you know what? I guarantee you, if they came out with Stakeout in Black Ops 7, I think some people would buy the game from Black Ops 6.
People on Reddit say that. Yeah, I see like a mod 21 who misses Stakeout and it has a bunch of upvotes and awards every time. That's what COD is now.
At this point, just stop doing anything other than face-off maps, which is, in my opinion, the face-off maps are fucking sacrilege.
Absolutely.
Because Call of Duty is about fucking streaks. Again, I can go back to it. It's about fucking streaks. Like, to face-off, you can't do that. I don't know. I like
the point you made about the 7-minute Moab. God, when you're on a streak like that, and it's lasting over the course of 5, 7, 8, 9 minutes or whatever, dude, you're on the edge of your seat. You're like, oh shit, what am I at? And you see a thing pop up. You're like 20. You're like, oh, okay, 5 more. And dude, at that, like your heart starts pounding. You know, my hands get a little shaky. I'm nervous. I'm moving around the map. I'm like, good God, where are they at? Okay, UAV's up. Thank goodness. And you get the Moab, and it's like this, holy shit, like I don't know about you, but I would get so excited. My heart's jumping out of my chest. And that happened in World War II. We went back and played that a bunch this past year, and I got a V2 rocket for the first time in 8 years or whatever, which is their Moab. And I'm playing this old ass game, and my heart's jumping out of my chest, and I'm like, my hands are like kind of going numb a little bit because I lean into my desk, and I'm like putting a bunch of pressure on my wrist. I'm like, God, my hands are fucking numb here, dude. It was so fun. It was so cool. I don't experience that in newer CODs. It's just butt sliding.
With modern COD, I get kind of like that, but I'm not having fun. I'm just anxious and stressed trying to get like a fucking sentry gun or like a UAV. You know, like playing the Black Ops 7 beta before they added the added the no skill based matchmaking or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I felt that way trying to get a UAV. Like, seriously, it's that ridiculous.
You called it in. You're like, no, yeah, dude. Look at that. You're welcome, team. UAV.
I call it in, and I love stressing out, and then it instantly gets shot the fuck down in like 5 seconds, or it gets counter UAV'd or whatever. But no, I completely agree. There's no stakes. It's just like there's nothing to work towards in the match. Getting the streaks doesn't feel as satisfying. When you do get them, it's like you're in a pity SBMM lobby, and that was the whole trade-off. Like, I could run a Blackbird in Black Ops 1, but will I be able to get it if I'm in a lobby with good players? You know what I mean? So you could look at like the lobby leaderboards or whatever and be like, should I run the Blackbird? Should I run the Chopper Gunner? Should I run low streaks because these guys are good?
That is some deep, what they call ball knowledge right there. How many people, actually, we have old school audiences, I think, so a lot might remember, but people that, newer fans of the series, there used to be lobby leaderboards. You could check people's combat records. You could, like, before the match started, be like, oh shit, these guys are kind of good. Let me lower my streaks. Or you would realize they're not that good. You're like, all right, I'm running Chopper Gunner.
if you were in a lobby with everyone shit, I'm like, okay, I'm putting on Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, dogs. That's how it goes. But you could change your streaks depending on who was in the lobby, And many a time, if I'm facing good competition, I'm like, I'm doing UAV counter UAV, like Blackbird,
Yep.
or whatever, or like was Black Ops 1 the only one that had lobby leaderboards, or was it Black Ops 2 as well?
See, I should know this. I know for sure Black Ops 1, maybe Black Ops 2. Yeah. I know for sure Black Ops 1. I think Black Ops 2, you could look at other people's combat records, couldn't you? I think.
Yeah, I think you could.
They had the showcase there. People always have a quad feed or a dog jumping up someone's asshole. Like the photo shares. File shares.
It wasn't like it wasn't like a list, I don't think, like in Black Ops 1, but it was like individually you could see each person's most used weapon and like KD. If you just
so I went out of my way, and this is because of you and your alter ego XCal, because you're the same person. I remember you guys. It was always fascinating to me watching other people play, watching Wings, for example, his camping playstyle somehow working, but you and XCal running around with like the Olympia and shit. And I always thought that was crazy. I'm like, how are you guys doing good with the Olympia? And that inspired me to use the Olympia a bunch. And I remember in like Black Ops 2 and a lot of Call of Duty games, my top gun, because I knew people were watching my combat record, and whether they were viewers or just people in the lobby, I'm like, all right, my top gun's a shotgun. It's a pump action shotgun. And nowadays that's easy because every map's the size of shipment. But back then I'm running around on, I don't know, Meltdown from Black Ops 2 with a shotgun. Like I won my combat record to have the craziest shit. And you and XCal, or you and yourself, had always the weirdest combat records, the weirdest setups. You're like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just a big fan of the HG-10 shotgun. I'm like, that thing's terrible. Why are you?
No, I still people thought I was crazy because my most used weapon in Black Ops 2, right hand to God, the M1216.
I hate that gun. It's awful. It's like the worst.
No, shotgun. I loved it. I loved that shotgun. They buffed it, so it was good, I thought. But then Treyarch's like, it's not performing well, I guess because of the data or whatever. So we're gonna buff it, and then they buffed it towards the end of Black Ops 2's life cycle, and it was even more insane. I don't know what it was about that gun. I loved it. I loved in MW3. I absolutely fucking loved the fucking what's it called? The last shotgun, the lever action shotgun, the Terminator shotgun, 1887.
There you go. I'm like, I might have to Google
the
this
model.
Yeah,
it was just like,
it was.
I think you could do the.
It was bad though, double, right? Compared to MW2.
The dual, compared to MW2, yeah, it was bad. The dual wield was, but you could do a single, like just a single model 1887, and that thing had like an overall pretty low, or it had like a lower close range damage, but better long range damage. So you could just fucking snipe people with it, especially after you got the specialist bonus. So it was like a shotgun that really rewarded accuracy, kind of like the KSG from Black Ops 2 or whatever. But it wasn't a slug; it was still buckshot. So it was a weird middle ground. I love that fucking gun. Used it all the time. I got a really nice Moab with it. I need to actually post that if I find the gameplay. But yeah, either way, the point of all this is that you could use whatever. You could use something that maybe people didn't think was good. Like you hated the M1216. I fucking loved it. I did not like these Scorpions, but XCal loved.
He inspired me. The dual Scorpions, I'm telling you, dude, they were actually insane.
I mean, he made them look insane. I wasn't a big fan of any kind of dual wield weapon. I don't know what it was about it. I just could not get the hang of them. And in NW2, I remember using like dual wield P90s just because 100 rounds just when I was just goofing off. But yeah, like there's no fun goofy shit like that, and even if you get fun goofy shit like that, you can't use it because of the fucking matchmaking. If I look at the lobby leaderboards or whatever, or not the lobby leaderboards, but the fucking
combat record, your most
combat record
died to weapons,
or or if I look at the lobby and I see like high KDs, I'm like, well, I'm not going to use dual Scorpions. I'm not going to use the Stakeout or the Olympia. Let's use AK-74U or the MP5K or the FAMAS or whatever, or the AUG, Stoner, whatever. I still remember all the good guns in Black Ops 1.
Oh, it's my favorite game of all time. I love it.
Yeah, but if it's like you know, a bunch of shitters, I'm putting on Chopper Gunner Blackbird dogs, and I'm running like two-wheeled Caparises or something just for fun.
And you could do that.
You know, it's goofy. And you could do that.
Like you said, you can't do it now. They're adding, what was it, like a dual-wheeled LMG or something like that with Season 2. Yeah, I'm going to go use that against a bunch of butt-sliding Maddoxes. No, wearing their CDL skins and their wherever the hell, meanwhile I'm packet bursting around the map.
You would have to throw like 10 matches to even, or reverse boost or whatever, or 2-box or whatever. So I just don't get, and that's another thing. One last thing here. This is getting kind of long, but one last thing. Absolutely fucking nothing is memorable anymore with COD.
That's a really good point.
I just laid out several weapons from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, right? Like, I cannot do that to save my life. You hold a gun to my head and say, name a Black Ops 6 gun, you might as well just pull the fucking trigger.
This was during the Vanguard life cycle. We were talking about Vanguard. I had a buddy of mine, Earthbound, who used to leak all sorts of stuff from the game palace on Reddit and stuff. He sent over a Google Doc to me with a picture of every map in Vanguard. Then he gave me a cheat sheet for the answers, which I would look at after the fact. It was a very simple video. Name that map from the current game. I think I got 3 right. I couldn't, none of the names. I couldn't remember any of them. I'm like, the B flag's on top of that building there, I think, but I don't know. I didn't know the name of any of the maps. Checkmate? No, that's a whole different game. I don't even know. I don't know the names of the maps. And in Black Ops 7, I couldn't name half the guns. And especially now, what's that new rifle? It's called the EGRBT-7XE or some stupid shit. Like, they're all terrible names. The maps are not memorable. Everything. Are we just old and grumpy? I don't know.
No, because I mean, you could make a game. See, I thought it was like, well, they're not using real gun names anymore, which is what I loved about X Defiant. I love the fact that, hey, this is a fucking ACR. It's not the, QGB or whatever.
MP5, P90.
Yeah. MP5, P90, ACR, and that wasn't a milsim game at all. Mm-hmm. So the Vector or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's great. I appreciate that. But I thought maybe it's just because they're not using real gun names, but they do that in a lot of games. They do that in futuristic CODs, and I still can remember the M1216, is that even a real gun? I don't even fucking know, but I remember it.
No idea.
Yeah, is the Caparis a real? I remember it, so I
feel like they're at least based off of something. It might not be the right name, but they're based off something. Back then, that's what they did.
Right?
Yeah.
The Stoner or whatever. That might not be a real gun, but I fucking remember it. The AUG, I know that's real.
Not only do I remember it, I remember what they sounded like when you shot them, and I remember the sound of their reload. It's burned into my brain. Nowadays, everything sounds the same, looks the same. I can't remember the names of the maps or the guns.
It's a good point, because I can remember just in my head thinking right now what every MW2 weapon feels like and sounds like. For example, the Scar with suppressor.
I'm hearing it in my head right now. Suppressed MP5K. I can hear it.
Oh. The tar. Mm-hmm. I know how that gun recoils exactly
with the iron sights too. Those beautiful iron sights.
And I think the tar in Black Ops 2 was pretty similar to that, if I remember correctly.
Smaller little butthole sights. Would you say back in the day that using the MP44 was like?
I don't think I can say it now because I think it's an offensive term.
I stopped myself there. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's an offensive term to little people. It's an offensive term to little people. I actually said, I'll just say the short person slur, which I didn't know was a slur a couple weeks ago. I said it, and they're just like, "Whoa, I don't think you can say that anymore." And I'm like, "Oh, is that offensive now?"
Why? I don't know.
And and she was like, "Yeah, they prefer the term dwarves." And I'm like, "That sounds worse.
That sounds so much worse. Just like you're calling them a video game character." Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But no, I remember all that. I remember the Scar in Black Ops 2 sounded like a fucking cannon.
Mm-hmm.
When you'd shoot it. They just brought it back. The shotgun. semi-auto shotgun that with the strobe light.
The SG-12, it's coming season 2, SG-12. but no flashlight on it, I don't think.
No, they're bringing back the strobe light.
Wait, are they? Oh.
Yeah. But no, I remember that gun in Black Ops 4 sounded like a Donkey Kong drum.
As I recall, you were like the number one fan of the strobe light shotgun, as I recall.
Well, yeah, of course. It was really broken at first.
It broke aim assist, right? Like if someone was shooting at you with that flashlight, your aim assist goes away. So you're like windshield wiper aiming at them.
It broke aim assist, and it also left like this weird trail of where you couldn't see shit, so it'd leave like a trail of where you'd be, so you just kind of zigzag back and forth, and yeah, it's really annoying. But they added a counter to it with Tac Mask, and they nerfed it, the overall strobe effect.
Mm-hmm.
And Tac Mask would basically completely counter it, and it wouldn't turn off aim assist at a certain point.
Mm.
So they did nerf it, and they did tone it down, but I would still use it because people, I don't know why they just wouldn't put on Tac Mask. I don't know if they didn't know it was a counter or whatever, but like
I love Black Ops 4. I don't remember that Tac Mask countered it. Maybe
they changed it. Yeah, they patched it, and they made it so Tac Mask countered it, and all was right with the world. But people still didn't run it, so I still used it.
All was right until the game crashes on your 150 game win streak and ends the world record run.
I'll take that over packet bursts. So it's, you know what? Because Black Ops 4, I don't think I ever went over 30 ping ever.
Yeah, it was not. It was a non-issue. It was
Black Ops 3, same deal. Yeah, just oh man, the Haymaker. Like again, that's not a real fucking gun name, but I remember it. The Haymaker.
They should call guns like based on. We are going for. Oh God, we've been recording a while, but they should go like so. The Haymaker, the Peacekeeper, the. I don't know, having like names like that, the same way you would name like a Mustang or a Stingray or a Hellcat or something like that, you know, having names like that beats the random numbers and letters that they've been going with as of late.
Well, remember they called the Spaz 12 in Infinite Warfare the S Ravage for Sandy Ravage.
That was cool as hell.
Yeah, name it after a fucking old YouTuber or something. You know, name a gun the Markiplier for all I fucking care. It's easier to remember.
Yeah.
It's easier to remember than whatever the hell, the HVK 720 or whatever the fuck they're naming shit now. I think it might be it's just either way. The point too long didn't read, too long didn't listen is modern games are really making it hard to like them. And the last two I really liked was X Defiant and Elden Ring, I think. And I know people want me to play. I get so many people saying BT play the finals, BT play Arc Raiders, both Embark or whatever. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying they're not good games. It's just they don't really interest me. So I haven't played either of them, despite having both of them. So I don't know.
Like what you like. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Are you digging Arc Raiders though?
I enjoy it quite a bit. I was playing a bunch. We were doing when we first started, it was a lot of PvP style stuff, but they have aggression based matchmaking. And so like any other game that comes out nowadays, for some reason, my friends all quit on me and I'm the only one left. And so I'm playing solos, and I don't have it in my heart to bully somebody. Like I don't know, like they're just looting, they're just like having a good time, and I go up there and shoot them in the back of the head and take all their stuff. I feel like such an asshole. If they shoot at me, cool, then I'll fight them, but at that point I'm already at disadvantage. But because of the aggression matchmaking, and I don't just want to randomly, you know, ruin people's day, everybody's so friendly. I put a clip on Twitter the other day of me and James playing, and we're literally just walking around. We made a cover band while playing on like the most PvP area of the map. We're walking around the map playing music, and then the entire lobby started following us around, and we all just had a blast. It's a really fun game. The PvP is fantastic if you want to go that route. The PvE is good if you want to go that route. There's always something to do, always something to grind towards. Nearly infinite progression, plus always the chaos and the randomness of the human element. When you go in, you never quite know what that person down the hallway is thinking, and adds a bit of tension to it as well. So I'm digging it. I'm like 60 hours into it, which is more than I put in Black Ops 7. So I'd say I'm enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's not bad.
Good game.
I might give it a whirl. I'm kind of in a just a break. I'm taking a break from games. I've been playing some Pokemon Showdown, and that's about it.
Old habits die hard, don't they?
Old habits die. When I have nothing to play, I would go back to Hearthstone or Pokemon Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Hearthstone would give me an aneurysm now in 2026. So I'm going to stay away from that.
Battlegrounds is the only thing worth playing. I do not try playing ranked. Oh my God.
So I went back to play Hearthstone 2 years ago.
Okay.
And me and my buddy, who's a big card game fan in real life, like Magic, stuff like that, also would play Hearthstone quite a bit way back in the day. And then he got back into it too, because I got back into it. And we both were having a pretty good time. The meta was good for ranked or whatever. We both got legend. But there was an issue with Arena, which I actually love Arena.
Yeah.
And there was an issue with Arena where people were selling like generational, like they would get like a generationally good deck on like a new account and then sell that account with that deck. And that was like a business model.
Why? Because once you're done with your run, then you're stuck with this account.
I think it's just so they could get the 12. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
That was like something they would do though. That was something they would do. And also there were a lot of bots in Arena as well. Like a lot of just auto bots or whatever. I think that's also why people would make new accounts and then use the bots to auto play Arena and then get like a really good, generational like deck and then sell that for like $10 or something.
Those bots ruined Classic. I got Legend in Classic when did you hear that they add the Classic mode a while back where it was like the original cards and all that? I love that. I
played that too. I got Legend in that too.
Did you notice a lot of bots in the early ranks, especially though? Like a decent amount of bots in there. They were all zoo. Yep. They were all bots with like random, like smash your face in the keyboard names. But then once you got to the high ranks, you faced real people and Control Warrior or Wallet Warrior, I used to call it back in the day, and took that up to Legend. And I never got Legend like back in like the glory days like you did, but I did get it in Classic and I felt pretty good about that.
Yeah, I got it in the old days. I got it during Classic, and I got it 2 years ago. So
damn.
I don't think it's a me problem when I say that right after I got Legend, and my buddy got it too, actually. Right after we got it 2 years ago, they did that yearly shakeup of the meta. Yeah. Where they like took away some cards and added in other cards with the new expansion. And the new meta they added in was horrendous. Just horrible. And I went to Reddit to see if I was the only one. I was not. So I'm like, well, this isn't going to change for months. Like they're just going to leave it in this terrible state for months. So I guess I'm done.
Yeah.
So
it's Discover for me, man. Like the Discover mechanic, you have 30 cards in your deck. Yet they're going to run through 80 cards by the end of the match. And how do you like think ahead and plan ahead for that? I'm sure there's a way because people still play it. But for me, I'm like, how this dude just played 4 cards. Now he has like 10 more cards in his hand and none of them started in his deck. How do you play against that? I don't know. I don't like the Discover mechanic. When that started happening, that's when I stopped playing.
There's a thing in every single multiplayer game where you start adding so much and it gets so convoluted that it's just I truly think that with I truly think less is more. Like think about MW3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1,
COD 4,
all that stuff.
Bare bones.
COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, super bare, like you get the streaks and nothing is more complicated than like some pro perks and that's it. And the gun attachments, you have like a couple. You have like one attachment or bling it out for 2 or whatever. But like in Pick 10 and Black Ops, see that's the thing. Black Ops 2, they added Pick 10, which is more complication, but they took away pro perks. So it's it evens it out. I truly think that less is more in a lot of instances. And nowadays, it's just so fucking convoluted. I don't want to go when they added in gun tuning as well to the gunsmith. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, this is too fucking much. So, but yeah, Hearthstone's the same way. It was best in the old days when it was super simple. When you start adding all this stuff in, you have to account for all the stuff you added in, and then all the stuff you're gonna add in, and it's just too much. It's just too much.
A common card that comes out in 2026 would be like a legendary card in the old days.
Oh yeah, and power creep. Yeah,
this is a 4/4 for 2 that draws 2 cards. And it's like, what?
COD and Battlefield have power creep, but in a different way, where it's just brain rot creep, where it's just like they make the maps smaller and smaller, so there's less thought, and then little Timmy can get a kill no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
It's exhausting.
The movement,
anyway.
what I said the other day, we're moving faster and faster. We're jumping higher and higher. We're sliding further and further, but the maps are getting smaller to compensate for that. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
And when they remake a map, they obviously can't fucking just go back and see what made the original so good, because if they did, we wouldn't have gotten that debacle shipment in 2019 or whatever with straight containers. We wouldn't have gotten this new Nuketown. I say new, this current Nuketown with the gigantic head glitch near the car.
The car, yeah, they made the car infinitely worse. Yeah.
Why would you ever do, like, I just don't fucking get it.
Good luck getting anybody off of that thing. It's ridiculous.
Leave the geometry alone. I don't know. I do not understand where we're going. Like, if you want to remix the map and, like, again, with shipment, keep the middle map the same, add like an outside portion, that could maybe work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when it's just you're bringing back the map verbatim and you just ruin the geometry, then I don't know. One last thing, they brought back Meltdown, right?
Yep,
I believe it was.
Yep.
Yeah, and everyone's excited because we haven't seen that map in forever, but the map looks infinitely worse than the Black Ops 2 version. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. That I saw just today. 8 million views on Twitter that one picture has, and that's running on Xbox 360. It looks so good. The skybox is beautiful. The shadows are coming down. There's color and there's feel. There's a whole vibe to the map. And this is like whitewashed, like millennial gray, like boring, bland. It's bad.
It looks like a Starbucks. It looks like a Starbucks bathroom.
There you go.
It's so clean and plain. It's they were on some crazy shit back in the day, because I think the two best Call of Duties graphically were MW2 and Black Ops 2 for the Xbox 360.
Oh, yeah.
Those two games still hold up, like, graphically.
They're gorgeous.
And if we really want to, get some opinions going here, Black Ops 3, I swear to you, Black Ops 3 looks better, I think, than like Black Ops 7.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't even think that's debatable.
A simple Google search. You type in Black Ops 3 maps, anyone watching this, and I'm doing it right now. You just go through and you look and you're like, wow. Yeah. Every single one of these maps was beautiful. Even like the snowy maps were gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Everything was awesome about Black Ops 3's multiplayer maps. And they also played really well, despite the fact that we had wall running and, advanced movement and all that stuff. They did a killer job.
I absolutely loved Hunted. That's one of my favorite maps.
Remember they changed it? Did they? Yeah. They made it even prettier, if I recall. Like, it was already like pretty solid. Then they made it like better, like partway through.
They changed the lighting.
Yeah,
they changed the lighting.
Yeah.
But no, it was like Black Ops 3. Like, that game could have been released last year. You could release that game last year, and people wouldn't bat an eye. I legit think it looks better than any in fact, I think the only Call of Duty game in the last 5 years that looked good at all was probably MW 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened with MW2. Like, I don't know why that one looks so much worse. I don't. It's just like they can't get the lighting. That MW 2019 was the last Call of Duty game I was graphically impressed by. The rest have just been meh.
Maybe something with the engine update, or maybe they changed the engine. I don't know. Typically, I think Infinity Ward games look good visually. But yeah, MW2 for some reason did not have that.
It's bland.
Yeah.
It's just very bland. I don't know. Super bland, washed out brown color palettes, which they've always kind of done that. But this was like plain bland, like, or plain brown or whatever.
Well, here's a perfect example of how bland it was.
Gray.
Without naming a remake, can you name a single map from MW2? I can't. I'm trying. I'm really trying right now.
Shoot House would be a remake, right?
No, Shoot House was no, that was 2019. Yeah, that's a remake.
Yeah. Was one okay? No, I know one, but not because of the game. Valderis Museum, because that game or that map got copyright struck.
Yep. It was in the beta. That it wasn't there at launch. We're all like, so what happened to that map? And they're like, don't worry about it.
When I think of Crown Raceway, I think was one.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That was also copyright struck.
It was a good looking map. That was an example of a good looking map in that game, solely because it was a dark map with all the lights and the Ferris wheel in the background and all that. It was a racetrack. It was going to look cool. There's two. I couldn't remember them. I couldn't remember
outside
the names.
of those. I mean, I just know those because they're controversial. What is the one? They had this weird way of naming maps too, where it's like, okay, shipment, and then that's like the old Call of Duty maps. Shipment, meltdown, standoff, very simple. Raid, right? One word. Sometimes, occasionally they'd be like two, like sub pens. If you remember that in World at War.
I remember World at War, and I remember the Vanguard version, which was the same name but a different map, which I thought was really dumb.
I don't know what they were
you're just
doing with
recycling names now.
Yeah. So, most of the time, one word, sometimes two, right? That's generally how they would name them. For whatever reason, Infinity Ward started naming their maps like, what was that one? It was like Zuma Zima Power Plant or something.
Yeah, or Al Shakir Cave or something like that. I don't know. It was...
Farm 18 was like this, as simple as they got. That was a MW2?
That was
Farm 18?
Yes.
Yeah. That's okay. There's one. That was actually a good map. That was the best map.
A quick Google here. So we have the Breen Burr Hotel. We've got Mercado Los Alamos.
Like what the fuck? Why?
Like just names like that. It's like, it's kind of hard to remember these things. No wonder they're so long. Back in the day, it was like Skid Row. Backlot, something. Now it'd be like,
and the maps were named what they were. I don't really. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what that one even is. And then
Candor Hideout, Hovek Sawmill. There had to be there's two names for some reason. It couldn't just be Hideout or Sawmill. It had to be Hovek or Havoc Sawmill, wherever that is, and then Candor Hideout and the Petrov Oil Rig, Cheshire Park, Ramaza, Arklov Peak, Hackney Yard, Gunrunner. I remember that map. Gunrunner. I remember that one. That one was pretty solid, I think.
There's just some arbitrary, meaningless name attached to what the map is how they would name the maps.
It had to sound cooler. Had to sound tactical, I think.
Yeah. And like, I'm surprised I remember Farm 18, because what happened to Farm 1 through 17? Like, what the fuck? where just call it Farm or something. I don't know.
It could easily be.
I am just ranting for the sake of it, but yeah, nothing's memorable. Can you name a gun in Modern Warfare 2?
Hold on, give me a second. Yes, I can, because it was stupid. The MP5 was called the Lockman submachine gun.
I remember.
And but wasn't that like, did they call them kits or whatever? So there's like a Lockman rifle, a Lockman SMG, a Lockman LMG, a Lockman marksman rifle, and they all had different names. Like, this is the Lockman 14, the Lockman 22, something dumb like that, if I recall.
Everything about that game is just utter stupidity. Like, I'm serious. That game, I just cannot believe human beings sat down and made that game, and that those same devs are going to be making Modern Warfare 4. So it's not going to get better. Like the weapon unlock system, if you recall, the dumbest thing they've ever done.
You had to level up one SMG to unlock a LMG, and you had to level up that LMG to get the rifle. And it was like this whole Hulu system too, which is the most like unintuitive. Yeah, I remember that. Unfortunately, I remember that.
In a sane world, Modern Warfare 2 would have just flat out killed the franchise straight up. Like, in a sane world, everyone would be like, I'm never falling for this again. And yet they fell for it again with Black Ops 6. What are you guys doing? Like, They've got nothing left. Sledgehammer's games historically just don't do well as IW's and Treyarch's.
Yeah.
After MW2 and Black Ops 6, I seriously don't think. I mean, again, there's no hope for there's no like, oh, this devil save us or whatever. There's nothing left. It's going to be a disaster.
I don't even really want to bring it up because I feel like we're going to be here another hour, which I enjoy our time together. Don't get me wrong. But what can Infinity Ward even do with Modern Warfare 4 besides just put Captain Price on the cover to want to win fans back? What could they possibly do with that game to like, besides like just listening to everybody and making it as much like MW2 and MW3 as possible? What could they do? What is their marketing going to be like this year? Like what new feature? There's always got to be like some new feature or some new this, that, or the other. What could they do? I don't know at this point.
There's one. Okay. Okay. No. There's three things that need to be done. Like, this isn't even debatable. Three things. The first thing is they have to, I mean, I don't think they're going to, but they have to bring the classic matchmaking back.
Yeah.
That's like BO7 would have done way better, I predict, if they did not rug pull the matchmaking and they brought back the classic matchmaking only.
Yeah.
You can't have two playlists for it. If they did not do that, if they did that, I should say, that would have helped tremendously this year, but they cannot fucking do it for whatever reason. They have to have classic matchmaking. They have to bank on that nostalgia with Modern Warfare 4. They have to go back to the MW 2019 visual animation style, movement style of that game as well, I think.
Okay.
Just really toned back movement.
Yeah.
Have that really punchy, good visual, good animations, good sound, Infinity Ward style, but tone down the visual recoil, make it more akin to OG MW2.
Yeah.
And then the last thing they need to do is go back to the fucking root of the matter and don't do anything stupid. Like, don't do time release perks. Don't do some experimental fucking stupid thing that no one's going to like. If you can't do something new, go back to OG MW2 and look to that for inspiration, for the maps, for the perks, for everything, the arcade style gameplay, the kill streaks as well. Just keep it insanely fucking simple. If you can't make something new and good, don't fucking do it.
Drop Gunsmith.
If you can make something, what's that?
Drop Gunsmith. Go back to the old like pick 10 attachment style system. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to see more than one attachment on a gun unless they're running fucking bling. Straight up. Seriously, I don't. Go back to the super simple arcade style nostalgic stuff. And then if you must, because they will have battle pass stuff, do this same old fucking monetization if you must. But for the love of God, make the stuff in the battle pass in the store fit like they're doing right now with Black Ops 7. Although honestly, I don't think even Black Ops 7 stuff it's kind of boring. Like, I don't know. They can't really strike a balance between something that fits, but that is also exciting.
It's
I don't know what it is.
It's tough to do. It really is to walk that line perfectly. I give them a lot of shit, but that's hard to do. It is. You don't want to be boring, but you don't want to be too crazy either. You got to find that middle ground.
Yeah, I think Battlefield 6 sometimes can do it with like the US Army themed skins. Like they have a free pass just to get real military outfits and stuff like that and make those skins. And I've bought a few skins that aren't even themed in that. I think they're okay, but like, I don't know. It's just that you gotta. I don't know. It's like you said, it's a hard line to walk, but I mean, they're a $1 trillion company. They can fucking figure it out.
We're two people on a Discord call. All right. We're making some progress at the very least here. I mean, I think the 3,000 devs on payroll and everything can, hopefully come up with something.
Oh, and one, actually the fourth thing, absolutely positively no AI anything. Nothing.
It'd be great.
Absolutely nothing.
We're chasing a dragon when it comes to that, though. I don't think we're ever. It's going to be there. It is, and I think it's going to get to the point where it's going to get better, and we're not even going to notice it anymore. That's what I'm worried about.
I mean, I will always notice it because I can just sense the soul and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, people noticed it in Battlefield 6, so
I'm thinking like
it's less obvious, I think, than COD.
I'm picturing like a random picture on the wall on a random map. It's like, well, make it just a random, I don't know, scenery painting or whatever, just a lake and a mountain. It's like, would a person make that, or is that just an AI image? I hate that I have to question that now. It's the little things. I always said if I couldn't be a YouTuber or whatever, if I could pick a dream job besides what I do right now, it would be an environmental artist in a video game. The person that like, I want to be the dude like decorating up the map and choosing the color palettes and like making the map as like enjoyable and as realistic and as immersive as I can possibly can. I love that shit in video games. So I really do notice the little set details and stuff like that in video games. And nowadays it's like, I don't think a person made that, and it bothers me. It bothers me a bunch.
Yeah, it's so obvious too. I mean, again, if X Defiant never came out, I don't think we would have ever noticed how fucked up the matchmaking is that they're trying to pass off as like reduced SPMM. Because playing X Defiant, it felt just like playing MW2 or something back in the day, or Call of Duty 4 or whatever, Black Ops 1, and that was like a good refresher for how matchmaking should be. It's fucking fast. It's like, instant, and it's varied. But also, without having X Defiant, I don't think we would remember what like good art is. That game had great art. The artists were fantastic. And them pulling from, the real life Ubisoft IPs also helped. So it's like, it's just, I don't know. You see something like Noodleplex and how it's designed and how the art team has just killed it in every fucking map. Every map is colorful and vibrant and well done.
While also playing well.
And then
it's great.
While also playing well, yeah. Same with going back to like Black Ops 3 or whatever. Every map looks great, plays well. It's just like, I don't know. How have we fallen so far? I don't get it.
We ask ourselves that every day, but at least at the very least, I think X Defiant, like you said, was even though it died, it still came out at the right time to show people, prove to people, and remind people how good gaming could be and how far we've kind of fallen in games like COD. It may not have lasted or stood the test of time, but it came out and it's a reminder. It's like, remember, beautiful, good map design, great art team, that we got a great reminder there. And I hope that that's something that moving forward, because X Defiant did for sure, I don't know, kick COD in the pants at least a little bit. Kind of got them like, all right, hold on now. We have a little bit of competition here. Let's, rethink a couple of things. I hope that moving forward, they can learn more from X Defiant, and maybe, who knows, even bring on some of those people, since a lot of them, all of them pretty much lost their jobs, right? So maybe bring on some of those people. That'd be awesome.
If I had $1 billion, the first thing I would do, like if I just had $1 billion, right? First thing I would do is I would seek out the entire team and be like, hey, let's make a fucking game, because you guys are super talented at making maps, and the art is phenomenal. The music in season 3, especially, and season 2 for that matter, was fantastic. Like everything about that game, it just felt like old classic shooters where it's like not a huge team, updates are kind of slow, and the crazy thing is when the game closed, Mark Rubin said something like he didn't even think he didn't want to release the game even like in season 3, it wasn't enough to where he wanted it to actually be.
He wanted to launch with like, more than what the game had by the time it was over, kind of a thing.
He wanted to launch essentially where season 4 would have been. That's where he wanted to launch at.
But at a point, though, Ubisoft's like, you guys got to get it out there. We're putting all this money in. And then they decide, and the worst part, a BR killed it. The worst part. Oh.
They rushed it the fuck out to, get ahead of Black Ops 6. When what they should have done is kept working on it, released it after Black Ops 6 had fallen off a fucking cliff.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And advertised it.
Yeah, that's actually, I remember that. Yeah, because it would have been the perfect window. Yeah. It would around December. Black Ops 6 was falling off historically, like a historic rate. It was going down so badly, and then
release season 1. Yep, release season 1 with all the gameplay stuff, but just put in release the game in December, and then by March or something, do the Assassin's Creed season first, and that would have done it. I I don't know if it would have killed it because Ubisoft is horrible at mismanaging everything, but
Yeah.
it would have gave them it would have been competition, especially, and then followed into Black Ops 7. Like, again, it's a layup. I don't know.
Hindsight's 2020,
COD
I
killed
suppose.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is why Ubisoft stock is like at an all-time low, and they want to make Far Cry like a yearly game and shit. So they're just
They cancel XDefiant for a battle royale just to then cancel that battle royale.
Wait, they canceled that battle royale?
I'm pretty sure I read something about that got canceled. I might be wrong.
They canceled Scouts. They canceled the Scout BR. Let me Google.
I'd have to go back and check my sources on that, but I'm fairly positive I remember hearing that. I do know that the BR was a big reason why XDefiant got shut down.
Let's see. Well, they've canceled like 7 games, so it's possible. Yeah.
I'm only as good as my sources. My sources are my memory, so it's not very.
I mean, let's be honest. Whether they canceled it or not, like, no one fucking wants a new BR in 2026. So, oh, what a waste of time RedSec was. By the way, one more thing, like,
yeah.
All of that resource time could have went to, I don't know, making like more maps for season 1 that were good. But
yeah,
I know.
I mean, you take that entire map that they made, break that off into sections, freaking COD style, make those multiplayer maps. People are probably happy, but they didn't do that. They're doing it in Portal. Is how much they want it, and they're like, we don't know. We're gonna delay season 2. How about that? Well,
yeah, and a lot of the Battlefield vets also said, like, well, DICE kind of always does this, and then the game gets really good by the end of the game's life cycle. And I'm like, well, that just sounds even more like COD. So
yeah, and who's going to be around even by the time that happens? Like, them and their like 3,000 other players, is that going to be all that's left at that point? It's going to be 2042 all over again.
Yeah, I'm hoping that season 2 is good, because I do want to play the game. I do want to keep up with the game, whatever. I do like the gameplay, but like, it just season 1 was actually I would rather them just not release season 1, because at least then we didn't have the fucking store like in our face, and
the store is very COD style too. Yeah, I'm sure you've noticed it.
Yeah,
there's so much in there now.
I've noticed it. Yeah, it's just we got to do something. We got to just start releasing $70 or $60 games again with no MTX, and just have some fucking $10 map packs. Like,
something.
I don't know.
Anything's better than this, right? How going? This is full circle here. How are we at the point where COD is supposedly removing skill-based matchmaking, and Battlefield took the world by storm, best-selling game for the past 3 years, and here we are in January, and it's just like, God, there's nothing. Both games flopped. Borderlands flopped. I don't think you're a big Borderlands guy, but going into this year, I was like, dude, this is going to be, how am I going to sleep? I'm going to be covering COD and Battlefield on the main channel, Borderlands on the second channel. I'm going to be doing all this, that, and the other. And now here I am just just disappointed. I'm playing Arc Raiders is what I'm doing. I'm running around looking for cooling bands for the expedition, right?
I'm not like a huge Borderlands like fan, but I played 1 and 2.
That's all you need to play.
Enjoyed them. Yeah,
that's all you needed, pretty much. Yeah, Wonderlands was okay.
And,
it was okay.
Well, I was gonna say, like, 3 came out, and I had some interest in it, and then everyone said it was so poorly optimized to not even bother.
Yep.
So I just didn't bother. And then, yeah, it's like I said in a previous commentary, like, everything is designed to hype you up and then not give you any actual satisfaction, so you'll be tricked again the next time. It reminds me of like the celebrity, boxing, or not celebrity boxing, but like influencer boxing things, where it's like Jake Paul versus some geriatric boxer, and you buy the pay-per-view because it looks good on paper, like Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul or whatever.
Yeah.
But then the fight sucks, and Mike Tyson's like 60, and you're like, oh, well, that was a waste of fucking time and money. It's like, that's like everything now. I don't know.
Everything.
Anyway.
Yeah. I'd rather just watch the highlights on Twitter. I'm not paying for stuff like that.
I literally watched the last 10 seconds, and it was free. So that's all I need. So anyway, I think it's a good stopping point, though.
Yeah, I'm all good.
If you're good.
All good there.
All right. Well, I guess we'll split this up and get it on both channels, and yeah, it should be good.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. I think it was a lot of fun.